O que acende a sua vontade de começar algo? Tem uma faísca em você que te chama para empreender, investir, dar novos rumos para sua vida. E para todos os seus começos, você pode contar com Santander Select. Um banco mais pessoal, mais próximo, mais humano. Um time de especialistas com olhar atento para cada momento da sua vida. Porque você sabe, só quem já deu muitos passos está pronto para continuar começando. Santander Select. Começa em você, começa agora.
Rated mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the Patriot Angle Podcast. A podcast unfiltered, unscripted, raw. Your host, Mike. All right, folks, welcome. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great and enjoyable weekend. On to today's week, right? Hopefully things are a little bit more normalized. We're seeing that now in the state of Texas and the state of Mississippi, and also in other states too, ending the mass mandate. Texas reports day of zero coronavirus-related deaths after Biden called ending mass mandate Neanderthal thinking. Yeah, he's now saying the Texas and a few other states of their governors are not doing this responsibly. Can you believe this? Texas, folks, has reported zero deaths from the coronavirus for the first time in nearly 14 months. In a social media post on Sunday, Governor Greg Abbott announced the news, writing zero COVID-related deaths, the only time that has happened since data was tracked in March of 2020. And the Texas governor tweeted out a tweet on his Twitter account. Zero COVID-related deaths, he says. The only time that has happened since data was tracked in March of last year. The fewest COVID cases in over 13 months. The lowest 7-day COVID positivity rate ever. The lowest COVID hospitalizations in 11 months. Thanks, Texans. It was a tweet that the Texas governor had wrote. Folks, what's going on? What is going on? Well, we seen in March, just 2 months ago, the governor announced at the end of the statewide mask mandate during an event in Lubbock, Texas. The governor said that all businesses of any type can be open at 100% capacity. He also said Texas is ending the statewide mask mandate. Abbott cited the number of vaccines administered to the Texans, the experience that Texans have in choosing to wear protection, and the number of recovered COVID cases as reasons for ending the mandates and reopening businesses at 100% capacity. However, of course, Joe Biden, folks, later criticized the governors of Texas and Mississippi for lifting their mask mandates, calling the decision irresponsible thinking. The last thing we need is irresponsible thinking that in the meantime everything's fine. Take off your mask, forget it, Biden commented. So, folks, what is going to go on? What is going on right now? Has the entire country paid the price for political leaders who ignored the science when it comes to this whole pandemic? Literally. Because what it comes down to it, folks, is just rational thinking and common sense. Like I said, folks, time after time after time, common sense will cure anything in this world. It truly will. So what is going on with the president? Well, is his agenda literally collapsing the so-called COVID era? Because we are seeing the COVID era pretty much collapse, come to an end soon. Or, if anything, it has ended. We're damn near close to it. We're seeing now stores ending their mask mandate. Stores such as retail giants such as Target, Walmart, and others ending the mask mandate. Yeah. But there's a catch. They're saying that they're going to end the mask mandate for vaccinated customers. So how the hell do they know if they're vaccinated or not? Folks, what comes down to it is simple stuff. As more people understand that to live in fear is a fear bigger than itself, right? You can't keep things closed down forever. Not only will it affect your businesses, it's going to affect your personal life and your family and coworkers as well. So we see retailers, like I said, such as Target, Costco, and Walmart, literally just ending the mask mandate. They're not even enforcing it anymore. And then, of course, President Biden had to make his little tweet. Of course, the president is okay to tweet on his social media platform, but the former president is banned, I guess, on a lifetime ban. But the president tweeted just the other day, the rule is now simple. Get vaccinated or wear a mask until you do so. The choice is yours. He even said this. He even said a little video. Did anybody catch the video? That President Biden is going to is literally going to say no mask or get vaccinated or wear a mask. Yeah. He actually said that you need to be vaccinated or wear a mask until you do so. Check this out, guys. I don't know if you heard the video. I'm going to plug this in right here on the show. Yeah. Listen to what he says. This is actually the president saying this right here. Vaxxed or mask?
It's vaxxed or masked.
Yeah. Vaxxed or masked. That's what he's saying. Yeah. It's vaxxed or mask. Since when does our government get to choose the personal health care over its citizens? Right? Since when? I thought that healthcare is the individual's choice, right? I mean, pretty much. Are we seeing it in this administration? Surely not. They're pushing for more vaccinations more than ever. I mean, they're going so far to like include gift cards. I'm told that they're going to pay you in some aspects some money if you get vaccinated. Some companies are going along with that plan. I'm told free hunting licenses, fishing licenses in some states are basically encouraging their citizens to get vaccinated. They're going to try that way. I'm told free movie tickets, free food, this and that. Folks, they're going to try every level to get everybody vaccinated. But guess what, folks? Guess what? Here is the magic ticker. My body, my choice, right? Remember we heard that? Remember we heard that with the abortion Siaga, a few years ago when President Trump was in office? My body, my choice. I can abort my baby if I want to because it's my body, my choice. Well, does that fit the my body, my choice agenda for people that don't want to get vaccinated? It's your freedom of choice if you want to have somebody stick a needle in your arm. That's your choice, right? My body, my choice. It's simple as that, folks. As simple as that. But the far left is going to push it no matter how far they have to go.
I love this Rakuten app. Look at that. I open the app, find the store that I want to use, start buying, and gets me tons of cash back. I just got paid to shop.
My favorite thing about Rakuten is just getting money back in the mail.
I mean, who wouldn't want cash back?
Sign up today and get cash back with Rakuten.
This was not permission to shed masks for everybody everywhere. This was really science-driven, individual assessment of your risk. If you are vaccinated, we are saying you are safe, you can take off your mask, and you are not at risk of severe disease or hospitalization from COVID-19. If you are not vaccinated, you are not safe.
Giving the businesses the flexibility to do what they think is right, depending on the type of business and their clientele, their customers, their workers. They have the right to take actions, just like telling people no shirt, no shoes, no service. But it's not going to be something that's legally mandated from either the federal or the state government.
Things in this pandemic are starting to turn around. And what's also happening is we're getting data, evolving data on the science.
What they'll be doing now is coming out very quickly with individual types of guidances, so people will say, well, what about the workplace? What about this? What about that? And I think that's going to be clarified, John, pretty quickly. I would imagine within a period of just a couple of weeks, you're going to start to see significant clarification of some of the actually understandable and reasonable questions that people are asking.
Oh, really? Oh, really? It's going to be clarified in the workplace, right? It's going to be clarified, right? Oh, Fossey, what's the next excuse you're going to get? As more as this pandemic is surfacing here in the country, I'm telling you what, folks. I'm told in other countries it's not like this. They don't have mask and social distance hysteria in their countries. They don't. I'm told it's everything is going back to normal. They don't have their government literally. I mean, some countries maybe, right? Maybe. But here's the ticker, folks. What about the workplace? What about sporting events? What about social gatherings? What about family gatherings? What about holidays? What about cookouts? What about just a stroll around the park? What about people like that want to maybe jog down the road? What about all that normal stuff that we hold dear here in this country called America? What about all that? What about normalcy? Huh? What about normalcy? But don't tell that to the far left. Don't tell that to the the person that's really truly running the show, because it ain't Joe. I'm telling you right now, it ain't Joe. What about all that stuff? Our impending doom is once more upon us, folks. We're upping our recommendations to 3 masks and a mosquito net. I'm telling you, by the summer. I mean, that's where it's going at, folks. Literally, that is where it's going. And permission? Who needs anybody's permission to literally go out to a park, enjoy life with your friends and family? Who needs permission? Do we need permission from the government? Do we need permission to ask where we're allowed to be and how many feet or inches we have to be from one another? Folks, I thought this was America. I thought this was the land of the free, home of the brave. Where is that all gone? Where is that all gone? if you're not vaccinated, you're not safe. Yeah. Say that with a 99.8% survival rate. Yeah, I think I'll take my chances, folks. I think I will take my chances with a disease that has a survival rate of 99.8%. Yeah, I think common sense Americans, folks, are starting to scratch their heads after 14 months of hellacious crap that we're dealing with in this country. If you want to know what hell is like, folks, you're living in it every single day of your life. Not only is your freedoms being hijacked, your liberties taken away from you. Everything in this world is literally gone. Freedom of speech, what's that anymore? Pursuit of happiness, what is that anymore? I want to say one thing. I wonder just how many people really listen to the CDC. I mean, literally listen to them and say, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, common sense, folks, right? I mean, you're raised that way, right, as a small child, or at least some of us think that we're raised that way as a small child. Common sense. It's taught to you when you're very, very small. Certain generations, not everyone, right? Not everyone. Folks, the entire agenda of the far left is that, do they really care about your safety? Do they? You ought to question yourself and look at yourself and ask that question to yourself. Does the government, or at least this form of government, really care about my safety? Or are they really out to control every American citizen in this country? Was that the radical left? Was that the so-called Green New Deal proposed by the Squad, AOC and her pals? What's the future of this country? Where is it going to go? I'm really afraid to ask that question because I don't know how much more this country has to suffer under this tyranny of a government. With more words on that, folks, we'll be right back after these short words. Don't go anywhere.
Madam Speaker, as the member designated for the representative from Florida, Brian Mast, I ask that given the updated CDC guidance, we all take off these stupid masks.
Yeah, I agree. You just heard the senator there, McHenry, a Republican from North Carolina, saying, let's take off these ridiculous, stupid masks. Let's get back to normalcy. But of course, Nancy Pelosi, yes, the dictator as House Speaker. I mean, she is. She's starting to act like a dictator. She is now threatening to literally threaten any House member that's not willing to adhere to the mask mandates when you're on the House floor or any part of a federal building. Yes, it's okay to speak without a mask because we're speaking. But when we're around each other, we have to wear our masks. Yeah, that's Pelosi. Yeah. Pelosi is literally literally now saying that we have to keep the mask on. We have to keep the mask on. There's no way about it. We need to keep the mask on. We have to do this and do that and do that. Well, right? If you're vaccinated, why do you need to wear the mask? I mean, that's what the vaccinations were created for, right? I mean, you know, I'm not a firm believer of getting the damn vaccine, but, you know, hypothetically speaking, right? You know, if the vaccines were created so you don't have to wear a mask and you're fully vaccinated, why do you have to wear a mask? Why? Why do we have to follow wearing a mask when we're fully vaccinated? That's a good question, Nancy. I think we need to question that one bit. Like, why do we have to wear a mask if we're fully vaccinated? That's a good question. So, with this whole mask madness going on, there's a lot of questions, folks, that we have to literally start understanding. You know, was this pandemic as serious as we thought it was? You know, if people are more vulnerable to catching the flu or the cold or whatever you want to come to calling it, COVID, right? If the vulnerable at a certain age with weak immune systems, or anybody that has underlying health issues that have trouble fighting off any type of viruses or bacteria that enter their bodies, those are the ones that we have to you know, keep a careful watch or an eye on, right? Those are the ones that we have to make sure that they're always trying to stay healthy, or pretty much help them stay healthy, right? Those are the vulnerable ones. Not lock down an entire damn country. Not only does this show lack of leadership in this country, but it's starting to show other things. Control over the people. Now, a lot of people are going to question me and say, well, you know, Mike, you know, now you're getting into conspiracy. Now you're getting into this. Now you're getting into that. No, folks, it's not conspiracy. It's literally trying to understand where are we going as a country. Literally, where are we going as a country? Not only do we see hate, divideness in this country, political divideness more than ever before influenced on the radical left, because the Democrats now are not even being called Democrats. They are so radicalized today with brand new agendas, brand new ideas, brand new goals, brand new this, brand new that. They are not the party of the American people. They have influenced hate, crime at all-time highs, folks. It's disgusting and it's despicable. It really is. Sometimes I like to question my mindset and understand, like, what is wrong with this country? Literally. What is wrong with it? In other news, I want to get into the into Biden, right? Well, we all want to know what Biden's gonna go here next. I want to get into basically where Biden stands with everything today, and I want to plug in a soundbite. Literally, Ben Carson warning of consequences of Biden's big spending plans. Oh boy, is he spending like it's no tomorrow, folks. This president has been spending since the day he's got in office, literally destroying the economy, literally destroying it.
Well, if you look at our national debt in 2008, we were looking at $5 trillion. By the end of 2020, we're looking at $22 trillion, and we just added more trillions of dollars to that. To think that that can be done without consequences is foolish. And as Milton Friedman, the well-known economist, said, when you have more money than spend, then you have goods and services to spend it on, you're going to get inflation. That's exactly what's going on. And I find it hard to believe that many of the people making policies these days don't know that. And it could be that there's another reason for all of this spending. And that is, if you increase the national debt to an astronomical level, you can justify massive taxation and redistribution of wealth.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more with Dr. Ben Carson. You remember him? Oh yeah, you remember him? He was in he was a cabinet member of former President Trump. Great speaker. Great speaker. What a voice of reason. Calm, cool, collected gentleman right there. He should be the president of the U.S. right now. He could be that president that the U.S. needs. God bless him and all his family. Literally. America's fiscal house is not in order, folks. It's not in order. The spending by this administration, literally, is over the charts. Over the charts. It seems to be a common theme nowadays that they create a crisis and then wait until it's too late to actually do something about it. That's the message by this modern day Democratic Party. Yeah, they talk the game, but when it comes time to doing something about it, they don't do a damn thing about it. They can care less. And they're quick to blame the entire problem on Republicans or a certain person of that party or any party. Oh, it's his fault. That's why the country is the way it is. Oh, we have racism in this country because of him. Oh, we have dividedness in this country because of her. Oh, this and that and blah, 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 blah. Give me a break. Give me a break. If any person in this country supports that, you're just as stupid and blindsided as the radical left. Literally. Dr. Ben Carson's calm demeanor and mannerisms are very inaudible. The world would be a better place if more of us emulated his character. Seriously. Try telling that to Joe Biden. He'll probably look at you with 4 or 5 different eyes. It boggles my mind, folks, that the average person doesn't seem to get it. Anyone who runs a household should know the basis of responsibility. You learn it real fast as a child, going into your adolescent years, into your young man or young woman years before you turn 18 years old. You learn when bills are supposed to be paid. You know the money flow. You know how to manage your paycheck, how to pay your rent or your mortgage, your car payment. You learn all this stuff, folks. It's common sense. Common sense. There's no instruction manual of common sense. You learn it as a child, or at least you're supposed to be taught about common sense. Where has common sense gone in this country? Where has it gone? It's not being instructed by this administration. Literally. That's all they're doing, folks, is talking. They're talking the big game, but are they delivering the final product of what they're supposed to be doing in this country? Keeping America great, keep the economy high, secure our borders, manage the immigration policy, right? Keep it strengthened and heightened. Get more homeless off the street, create jobs for them. Try telling that to Pelosi's district in San Francisco. Try saying that to Kamala Harris, which she also comes from the same district as Pelosi. Yes. Try saying it to all these people. Certainly one of the most level-headed, no-nonsense, intelligent man I've heard of in a long time. Ben Carson speaking the truth here in American politics. Yeah. Finally, like I said, someone tells it like it is. You know, he kind of reminds me of somebody that we know very good. You know, he seems like a Trump man. Is it safe to say that Ben Carson is a Trump man? Maybe that's why Trump picked him as his cabinet member, right? Folks, where are we going to go? Literally, where are we going to go as a country? Literally. I mean, folks, it's getting real bad. It's getting bad and bad and bad. Huh. Kind of sounded like Joe a little bit, right? Crazy Joe. Crazy Joe from the White House. I still can't get over, folks, how America picked a leader such as Joe Biden. Well, they say, you know, if you ask for things in life, be careful because you might get it delivered, right? Old wise tale, or more or less an old back in the day saying your grandparents would probably say, right? If you believe in something and you ask for it over and over and over, you might just get it. Well, folks, we got it. We got it. We got Joe in the White House, and look where it's brought us, right? Look where it's brought us. Look where it has brought us.
How can Experian...
Yeah. How can anything happen, right? How can anything happen, folks? Be right back after these words, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Boost help you.
I just raised my credit score 13 points with Experian Boost.
Experian Boost has my back. It not only raised my credit score, but it saved me so much money.
Boost your credit scores instantly. Free. Download the Experian app now.
President Biden trying to project confidence while some inside the White House are worried about what lies ahead. Reports piling up about concerns over the economy. Political allies are faulting the White House for mixed messaging on the recovery. There are also concerns about growing inflation. And Axios is reporting some Democrats and economists think the president's spending plans could be too big. And the gas crisis the Biden administration told Americans would soon go away is still happening. In Washington, D.C., 71% of stations are out of gas, and other states are still experiencing shortages. So while warning signs may be flashing, President Biden is telling Americans there's nothing to worry about.
We've gone from stagnation to an economy that is growing faster than it has in nearly 40 years. We've gone from anemic jobs.
Wait, hold on. Did you just hear what he just said? We've gone from, I didn't get that first part because he was kind of mumbling it, like he normally does. He's known to mumble things. To an economy that's been so great since 40 years. Wait, what? Joe, what world are you living in? Our economy sucks because of you. Because you're not moving us forward. You're kind of like keeping us like paused. Like, remember like the remote control folks back in the day, you hit the pause button and then you get like a freeze frame type of scenario on your TV. That's where Joe has us. He has us in a freeze frame. He thinks he's doing good, but he truly isn't. He's not showing good leadership skills. Matter of fact, he's tanking our economy. Listen to more of Joe. Oh, God, it gets... I mean, come on. What?
Creation to a record of creation for a new administration. None has ever created this many jobs in this time frame.
He can't even talk. Oh, God, this is our leader. Folks, this is an embarrassment to our country. Literally an embarrassment. The man can't even read off of a teleprompter. How close do they have to put the freaking words to him? Listen to... Oh, my God. It gets worse, folks. Listen in.
The progress is undeniable.
Greg, then, when you...
Yeah, stop it right there. Stop it right there. Folks, this is bad. If we don't get this under control, folks, literally, and the next, what are we, in 2021? The midterms, if we don't get this under control by the midterms of next year in 2022, we're doomed, folks. We're literally, our country is doomed. I don't think it's, I truly, sadly, I don't think we can come back from this. Because any country that shows the same history that we're showing right now, every country has been somewhat or close to our scenario. Have they recovered? Sadly, folks, they haven't recovered. Look at Venezuela. Beautiful country. Beautiful. Economy flourishing. Everything great in Venezuela. What is it now? A socialist nightmare. They haven't recovered since. Look at Cuba. Once beautiful. A lot of people don't even mention Cuba a lot because everybody sees Cuba as what it truly is, a communist socialist regime. Castro destroyed Cuba. Have they recovered since? No, they haven't. Folks, we are headed down the same similar paths as countries like this. And it's just going to get worse, folks, if we keep on electing the same simple-minded morons in office. Folks, we cannot survive 4 years, let alone 8 years under this presidential administration. God willing, if he gets reelected in 2024. God willing, not only will he be the oldest president in American history, but the only president that is suffering from high levels of dementia. And I'm not just saying that because I don't support the man, because I don't. I don't support his causes. I don't support his messages. I don't support anything that this man is instructing or insulating into this country. I do not agree on anything that this administration is proposing for this country because they are the wrong principles, the wrong messages for Americans of all walks of life. Folks, don't blame me. I didn't vote for him, but then not many did. The vote counters determined the election. I've said it once before. If you voted for Donald Trump, your vote didn't count. Or at least we think it didn't count. Because that's where it went, folks. How in the hell did over 80 million people vote for Joe Biden? How in the hell that the popular vote overcast the Obama election. Don't get me wrong, I didn't support Obama and I didn't vote for Obama, but sure as hell, I don't believe the popularity vote was much more higher than Barack Obama. Not only in 2012, but in 2008. Folks, how did this man get elected? He says we have to strengthen our purposes in this country. Folks, he has a lot more that he has to worry about. Not only has he created a crisis, I mean, literally, he has a lot to worry about. He created a crisis. He created a border crisis, a humanitarian crisis. He created low economy levels at historic highs. Unemployment rate is skyrocketing. And what is he doing about it? Don't worry. We're gonna extend the emergency COVID relief unemployment packages for more people. Yeah. Influencing more people to stay at home instead of paying forward to the American society, growing the American economy. What's Joe's proposal for that? We'll just print out some more checks. We'll print out some more stimulus checks. Folks, when they tell you there's nothing to worry about, it's time to start worrying. Yeah. Literally. How can anyone keep a straight face when this man speaks? How can anyone believe a simple word that this president is talking about? Because half the time it's just mumbling and rambling about stupid nonsense that just doesn't make sense. Matter of fact, nothing that comes out of his mouth makes sense. Joe, you're not doing a good job. You are killing this country, sir. You are destroying the economy. You are creating more of a humanitarian and immigration crisis at our southern border. You completely have it wide open. You stopped the wall construction. That's been stopped since January. But as soon as you say wall, you have to hear from radical leftists such as AOC, Ilham, and the rest of the squad. Oh, that's racist. You're racist if you want the wall. Folks, a country is not a country without a wall, right? Every country on the face of the earth has some type of structure wall, whether it's a fence, a concrete barrier, anything, folks. A country is not a country without a secured border to protect its citizens. Not only are we protecting the value of our citizens and the assets of our country, I mean, there's no more other words to explain it, folks. You need a wall in this country. Donald Trump explained it very well. Used very intelligent, high-level logic to explain it. There's no other question about it. So, are we seeing a Obama 2.0 with the fuel? I want to get into the fuel here, folks. I'm seeing states such as Georgia, Florida, pretty much the entire East Coast from this colonial pipeline, I'm hearing mixed reviews, mixed thoughts, mixed scenarios, questions about, what really happened to the Colonial Pipeline. Folks, it's I'm told a 5,000-mile pipeline. Pretty much, it's several of other pipelines, but it's one of the biggest pipelines that we rely on in this country for our fuel delivery. And now there's more shortage, more fuel prices going up because of the shortage. And what's Joe's reaction to that? Not very much. Oh, folks, we've talked with, we're on top of that. Or as Jen Psaki would say, his press secretary, we're going to circle back on that one. Yeah. Because, folks, we've seen the same scenario played out. Like I said, is this a Obama 2.0? We've seen the same scenario played out with the Obama administration. Remember when gas prices scored and skyrocket high? We couldn't even afford to pump a gallon of gas, right? It was up to $6, $7, almost $8 at some points during his administration. Are we seeing the same outplay by Joe? Yeah, we are. Folks, this is bad. This is bad times that we're seeing in this country. And it's only going to get worse. It is only going to get worse. Folks, this has to stop. Literally has to stop. If we do not...
When you find a new place to rent...
Yeah. We need a new face in Washington. We need a new face, actually a better leader. Hopefully, America will come to its senses, folks. Hopefully. Because are we seeing this from this administration? No. We're not seeing this from this administration. We are seeing just bad policy, bad leadership on every level. Every level. We're going to get into the stimulus check. Oh, yeah, there's more stimulus checks coming right your way. Yes, the stimulus check update. Yes. Monthly payments, folks. Oh, yeah. Like you think that we're damn near inflation, folks. We're getting there. The first monthly payment of the expanded child tax credit from 1.9 trillion coronavirus relief bill will arrive on July 15th, according to the IRS and the U.S. Treasury Department, that they had posted this just earlier today. About 39 million families, covering some 88% of children in the United States, will get the payments, according to the two agencies that said. Subsequent payments will be made on the 15th of every month through the end of 2021, unless the date falls on a weekend or a holiday. The funds, which are part of the American Rescue Plan, will give up to $300 per month for each child under the age of 6 and up to $250 per month for each child aged 6 to 17. The maximum child tax credit is up to $3,600 for children under the age of 6 and up to $3,000 per child for children between ages 6 through the age of 17. For those who are eligible. When the monthly payments end, the rest of the credit can be claimed on your 2021 tax credit. So, folks, with today's announcement, let me just say this, okay? With today's earlier announcement, both by the IRS and the U.S. Treasury Department, about 90% of families with children will pretty much get this new tax relief automatically starting in July. President Joe Biden said this also in a statement, and I quote, "While the American Rescue Plan provides for this vital tax relief to hardworking families for this year, Congress must pass the American Families Plan to ensure that working families will be able to count on this relief for years to come. What? Say that again? He wants to continue this for years to come? What, folks, what is their message or agenda? Do they literally want to bankrupt this country? Literally. Now they want to pass this new bill called the America Families Plan. Folks, I am heated just as you probably just listening to this article. Folks, this is nuts. This is tyranny. This is just as a radical agenda of just third world policy, if anything. And also states here, for working families with children, this tax cut sends a clear message. Help is here, Biden said. Yeah, help is here? Are we seeing any type of help? Folks, their reaction to stimulate an economy is printing money. Folks, they're printing money from pretty much nothing. Folks, what does that do? That creates inflation at high levels. This is bad stuff, folks. Very, very bad stuff. And of course, according to the IRS, said the payments will lift more than 5 million people out of poverty this year, cutting child poverty more than a half. How? One second. I gotta grab a glass of water. I mean, folks, this is just crazy, insane, radical policies made by this administration. Every little thing that this administration is rolling out, literally going the opposite way from the past administration of Trump. Literally. Just like, we don't agree with him because he's Trump. Yeah, we're just going to reverse it, reverse it. I mean, that's what they're doing. It's getting bad, folks. Literally bad. So, with more on this, if anybody cares to understand how this new bill will roll out here in July, singles with adjusted gross income of up to $75,000 will get the full amount, as will married couples filing jointly who earn up to $150,000. The credit will then phase out, going down to $50 for every additional $1,000 of income. Those who are not eligible for higher amounts can still claim a $2,000 per child, the previous amount available, as long as the adjusted gross income is below $200,000 for singles and $400,000 for those married filing joint returns. Folks, where is this going to go? Since March 12th of this year, the IRS, folks, just so you know where our debt has been spent so far, folks, we are currently, give or take, roughly about $33 trillion as a national debt. Probably the most highest national debt ever spent by a president and administration is with the current administration that we have currently now. Just so everybody knows, we have approximately distributed 165 million individual stimulus payments worth about $388 billion since March, and we're only in May. This administration, just in 2 months, has spent $388 billion. Billion with a B, folks. Yes, with a B. And it's just going to continue to climb higher and higher and higher. And folks, this president is spending like a madman. Literally spending like a crazy man. Folks, I'm saying this to every conservative, every simple-minded, common-sense Republican, independent, American patriot out there. Folks, we need to take our country back from this tyranny that we are suffering in this country. We need to bring America back to where it belongs on its rightful stage in this world. Because in 4 years, folks, if somehow this president gets reelected, your country, folks, will be going down dark, sad, miserable, hopeless paths. It's time to bring America back to where it was just 14, 15 months ago. We need to bring it back where Trump had it for 4 years. And that's my closing. I hope everybody enjoyed this podcast. Also, I would like to make an announcement that on May 26th, May 27th, and May 28th, we will be in the Sunshine State, yes, doing a special 3-day podcast in beautiful Cocoa Beach, Merritt Island. Yes, I will be bringing my podcast equipment and studio on a temporary basis to the beautiful Sunshine State, once again, of Florida. So tune in to our Instagram Live, which will be May 27th and also May 28th. Also will be digitally formatted to its audio version, so you can look out for those shows on Spotify, Apple, Google, and anywhere you hear a podcast. So check us out on Instagram Live, folks, May 27th and May 28th. May 26th will also be a audio version. That's right, an audio version only on all podcast platforms. Once again, folks, thank you for tuning in to today's podcast. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one. Thank you, guys.
You just heard an episode of the Patriot Angle podcast, an Anchor platform.